Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily English Practice, where learning English is simple, clear, and enjoyable. I'm Lily.
And I'm Sam. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Sam, I'm really excited about today's topic. How about you?
Absolutely. Today's episode is super practical for everyday life.
That's right. Today we're going to learn conversations for your grocery store visits.
This is something everyone does, right? Whether you're living in an English-speaking country or just traveling, you'll probably need to go to a grocery store or supermarket.
Exactly. And knowing the right phrases and vocabulary can make your shopping experience so much easier and less stressful.
So today, we're going to teach you everything you need to know about shopping at a grocery store in English.
We'll cover how to ask for help, how to find items, how to check out at the register, and so much more.
And before we dive in, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button.
Yes, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It really motivates us to create more lessons like this one.
Share this with anyone who's learning English. We'd really appreciate it.
All right, Sam, shall we get started?
Let's do it. Let's go shopping.
Part 1. Entering the store.
When you first walk into a grocery store, what's usually the first thing that happens?
Well, usually you grab a shopping cart or a basket, right? So let's start with that vocabulary.
Good idea. So if you need a cart, you look for the shopping cart or just cart. In British English, they call it a trolley.
Right. And if you're just buying a few things, you might grab a basket instead. That's the smaller one you can carry.
Exactly. So you might say to someone, "Excuse me, where can I find a shopping cart?"
Or, are there any baskets available?
Perfect. Now, sometimes when you enter a store, an employee might greet you. They might say, "Hello, welcome," or "How are you today?"
And you can simply respond with, "Hi, thank you," or "I'm good, thanks."
You don't need to have a long conversation. Just be polite and friendly. Now, Lily, what if someone doesn't know where things are in the store? That's pretty common, especially in a new place.
That's a great point. This is where you need to know how to ask for help. Let's talk about that. So when you're looking for something specific, the easiest thing to do is ask an employee for help.
Right. The most common phrase is, "Excuse me, where is the?" And then you say what you're looking for.
For example, "Excuse me, where is the milk?"
Or, "Excuse me, where can I find bread?"
You can also say, "Do you have," for example, "Do you have fresh tomatoes?"
Another good one is, "Which aisle is the rice in?"
Oh, good one. Aisle, that's A-S-I-L-E, means the row or lane where products are displayed.
Exactly. So you might hear, "The rice is in aisle 5," or "It's in the international foods aisle."
And if the employee doesn't know exactly where something is, they might say, "Let me check for you," or "I'll show you where it is."
How polite. And don't forget to say, "Thank you so much," or "I appreciate your help."
Always be polite. Now, what about asking if something is in stock?
Good question. You can say, "Do you have any more of these?" Or, "Is this item in stock?"
Or, "When will you get more?" if they're out of something you need.
Perfect. Those phrases will help you find exactly what you need. All right, Lily, let's talk about one of my favorite sections, the produce section. That's where all the fresh fruits and vegetables are.
I love that section too. The produce section can be a little tricky because sometimes you need to weigh items yourself.
Right. So first, let's talk about some common vocabulary. Produce means fresh fruits and vegetables.
You might see signs that say organic produce, which means it's grown without chemicals.
Or locally grown, which means it comes from nearby farms.
When you're selecting fruits and vegetables, you can pick them up and check if they're fresh.
Exactly. You want to look for firm, fresh produce without bruises or soft spots.
Now, sometimes you need to weigh your items. You might see a scale in the produce section.
Yes. You put your items on the scale, look up the code number for that fruit or vegetable, and print out a sticker with the price.
But not all stores do this. In many stores, the cashier will weigh everything at checkout.
Good point. If you're not sure, you can ask, "Do I need to weigh this?" Or, "Should I get a price sticker?"
Perfect. Now let's talk about some common fruits and vegetables you might buy.
Sure. Common fruits include apples, bananas, oranges, grapes, strawberries, watermelon.
And vegetables? Tomatoes, lettuce, carrots, broccoli, onions, potatoes, peppers.
When buying produce, you might hear phrases like, "These apples look fresh," or "Are these tomatoes ripe?"
Ripe means ready to eat. If something's unripe, it needs more time to mature.
Great explanation. And if you want organic, you can ask, "Do you have organic bananas?"
Now let's move to other important sections. Sam, can you tell us about the meat section?
Sure. The meat section is where you find beef, chicken, pork, fish, and seafood.
Some stores have a butcher counter where you can ask for specific cuts of meat.
Right. You might say, "Can I have 2 chicken breasts, please?" Or, "I'd like half a pound of ground beef."
In the US, we use pounds and ounces. In other countries, they use kilograms and grams.
Good point. So you might need to know 1 pound is about 450 grams.
If you're at the butcher counter, you can also ask, "What's fresh today?" or "What do you recommend?"
Perfect. Now, the dairy section is where you find milk, cheese, yogurt, butter, and eggs.
Even though eggs aren't technically dairy, they're usually in that section.
That's true. Common phrases here. "Where is the milk?" Or, "Do you have low-fat yogurt?"
Or, "Is this cheese on sale?"
Speaking of sales, that's a great topic. A sale means something is discounted or cheaper than usual.
You might see signs that say, "Buy one, get one free," or 50% off.
Nice. Now, what about the frozen section?
The frozen section has frozen vegetables, frozen meals, ice cream, and frozen pizza.
Basically, anything that needs to stay frozen. Common phrases: "Where are the frozen vegetables?" or "Do you have any frozen fruit?"
And here's a tip. Frozen vegetables are often just as healthy as fresh ones, and they last much longer.
That's true. Plus, they're usually cheaper. All right, we've filled our cart with groceries. Now it's time to check out.
This is an important part. The checkout process is where you pay for everything.
First, you need to find the checkout lanes. These are also called registers or cash registers.
You might see different types of lanes. Some say express lane. That's for people with just a few items, usually 10 or 15 items or less.
Some stores also have self-checkout, where you scan and bag your own items.
If you're going to a regular checkout lane, you put your items on the conveyor belt.
That's the moving belt that brings your items to the cashier.
The cashier will usually greet you and say, "Hi, how are you today?" Or, "Did you find everything okay?"
You can respond, "Good, thanks," or "Yes, I did, thank you."
Then the cashier will scan all your items. When they're done, they'll tell you the total. Your total is $45.67.
Then they'll ask, "How would you like to pay?" Or "Cash or card?"
You can say, "I'll pay with my card," or "I'll pay cash."
If you're paying with a card, they might say, "You can insert your card now," or "Please tap your card here."
After you pay, they'll ask, "Would you like your receipt?"
A receipt is the paper that shows what you bought and how much you paid.
You can say, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you."
Then the cashier might say, "Have a great day," or "Thank you for shopping with us."
And you respond, "Thank you, you too," or "Thanks, have a good day."
So polite and friendly. Now, Lily, what happens if something goes wrong? Like, what if you can't find the price of an item?
Good question. You can ask the cashier, "Excuse me, how much is this?" Or, "I couldn't find the price for this item."
The cashier will usually do a price check by calling someone or scanning it in the system.
What if an item rings up at the wrong price?
You should politely say, "I think this item is on sale. The sign said it was $3.99.
The cashier will check and fix it. They might say, "You're right, let me adjust that for you."
What about if you want to return something you already bought?
Most stores have a return policy. You can go to the customer service desk and say, "I'd like to return this item."
They'll ask, "Do you have your receipt?" So it's good to keep your receipts.
You might need to explain why. "It's expired," or "It's damaged," or "I bought the wrong size."
What if you need a specific item and you can't find anyone to help?
You can look for a store phone or intercom button, or you can go to the customer service desk at the front of the store.
Right. Just say, "Excuse me, I need help finding something."
They're usually very helpful.
Before we finish, let's review some essential grocery store vocabulary.
Great idea! Let's go through the different sections and keywords.
First, the store areas. Produce section, fruits and vegetables. Meat section, or butcher, fresh meat and seafood. Dairy section, milk, cheese, yogurt, frozen foods, frozen items. Bakery, bread, cakes, pastries. Deli, prepared foods, sliced meats, and cheeses.
Perfect! Now, some shopping terms. Shopping cart or trolley, that's the big cart. Basket, small carrying basket. Aisle, the row where products are. Shelf, where items are placed. Checkout or register, that's where you pay. Cashier, the person who rings up your items. Receipt, paper showing what you bought.
Great. And some common questions. Where is? Do you have? How much is? Is this on sale? Can you help me find?
And polite phrases, "Excuse me," "Thank you," "I appreciate your help," "Have a nice day."
Perfect. Those phrases will get you through any grocery shopping experience.
Sam, before we wrap up, let's talk about some cultural things people should know about grocery shopping in English-speaking countries.
Ooh, that's important. First, in most Western countries, you bag your groceries at the checkout.
Right. The cashier scans the items, but you put them in bags yourself. Some stores charge for plastic bags now.
Yes. So you can bring your own reusable bags. You can say, "I have my own bags."
Another tip is it's normal to have a quick, friendly chat with the cashier. They might ask about your day.
Exactly. Don't be surprised if they say, Any plans for the weekend? Or, this weather is crazy, isn't it?
Just be friendly and respond naturally. It's part of the culture.
Also, tipping is not required at grocery stores. You don't tip the cashier or baggers.
That's different from restaurants. Good point.
One more thing is, in many stores, you can ask to speak to a manager if you have a problem.
Yes, just say, "May I speak to a manager, please?" They're there to resolve issues.
And finally, many stores have loyalty programs or rewards cards that give you discounts.
You can ask, "Do you have a rewards program?" It can save you money. Wow, we covered so much today. Sam, do you think our listeners are ready to go grocery shopping in English?
Absolutely. We've given them all the vocabulary, phrases, and cultural tips they need.
Remember, everyone, the key is to be polite, friendly, and don't be afraid to ask for help.
Grocery store employees are usually very helpful. They want you to find what you need.
And the more you practice, the more comfortable you'll feel shopping in English.
So, here's your challenge. The next time you go grocery shopping, try to use at least 3 phrases we taught today.
Maybe ask, "Where is the milk?" Or say, "Thank you for your help," or "How much is this?"
And then come back here and tell us about your experience in the comments.
We want to hear, what did you buy, did you ask for help, and how did it go?
We'll read every comment, and we're so proud of you for practicing.
If you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to Daily English Practice.
Hit that like button and share this episode with your friends who are learning English.
Your support helps us create more practical lessons like this one.
Next time you're at the grocery store, remember, you've got this. You know the English you need.
Thank you all so much for listening today. We appreciate you.
We'll see you in the next episode with more useful English for everyday life.
Until then, happy shopping and keep practicing your English.
Take care, everyone. Goodbye for now.
See you soon. Bye.